Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be taking a look at how can we connect PDF file, Excel file, or CSV file as a data source in Power BI. So for that, I'll show you some of the files in these formats. Here I have some of the files which we will be using as a data source. First of all, I have this returns file, which is in the format of CSV file. Then I have these global superstore file and furniture file, which are in the format of Excel worksheet. Then I have this furniture file with me. So I'll quickly open it and show you how does it look like. This particular file contains the data of all the furniture sales that we have done. So here also I have multiple columns, row ID, order ID, all the way till market, region, and other columns as well. So one by one, we will try to load this into Power BI. For that, let's go to Power BI screen. And over here, first of all, we can go in this report option. And over here, you can see on the canvas, I have this option of importing the data from Excel file, or we can also choose any other data sources as well. I have multiple other data sources, but we will talk about them in the future sessions. Over here also in the ribbon, I have this option of Excel workbook. If you don't want to use this option, you can just directly go to this get data option. And here you will get a list of all the data sources that you can connect your data from. The first option is of Excel workbook. So I will click on this Excel workbook, and here I can choose the path where my file is stored. So over here, I have this furniture file which I want to load. So I will click on it and click on open. After you have selected that file, it would take a moment to load that particular file. As soon as that file is loaded, it would show you all the sheets that were present inside that workbook. So right now, my workbook was consisting of two sheets, furniture, and the other sheet was sheet one. So right now, I only need this furniture sheet. So I can click on it and it would show me that particular preview of that file. So on the right hand side, you can see the preview of that file, and it is showing me this. It contains row ID, order date, and other columns as well. If at any point of time you want to edit something in the data, what you can do is you can go in this transform data option. Or if you directly want to load your data and you think that your data is clean enough, or you have cleaned it with the help of any other tool, then directly you can click on load. For now, let's go with transform data. After your data has been loaded, it would be showing you over here on the right hand side, and all the columns belonging in that table would be shown you. Let's allow it a moment to refresh. So now we have our furniture table over here. And if I click over here on this arrow to expand this table, I can see all the columns that were present in that table. So now you can see there are multiple columns, and it was not correct option to just load our data because my data was not clean. So I can see these unnecessary columns. And how can you remove these unnecessary columns? We will be looking at it when we will be talking about the Power Query Editor. But for now, let's say I only needed these particular columns, which were country, customer ID, customer name, and all these columns which were containing some data. Right now, if I just talk about this particular columns, now our data is ready for any type of analysis. So let's say if I want to create any type of chart, let's say for example, I want to create this pie chart, I can click over here and I can use this particular data to create it. So let's click on region wise sales. So for that, I can click on region and I can click on sales, and it would create a pie chart for me. So now let's talk about how can you load any CSV file in Power BI. For that, what I can do is I can go in this get data option, and over here, I have this option of text slash CSV file. So I can click over here. Then I can choose my desired file. The file that I want to load right now is this returns file. So I'll click on this returns file and I can click on open, and it would open that returns file for me. Now it is giving you a preview of that particular table, and it is showing you all the particular columns that were present in your table. If you want to just transform your data, you can click on the transform data. If you just want to load directly, you can click on load. It is also asking me that what is the delimiter that the file is separated with. So right now I know that the file is separated by comma. If you have separated in any other way, you can choose your delimiter from over here. Let's say if while you are creating the data, you have separated it with the help of tab. So you can click over here and you can choose tab option. Let's say if you have chosen space over there, so you can choose this space option. But for now, it is directly trying to identify the delimiter that the file was created using with. Now I know I need only these three columns because these are the three columns in which my data is currently, and all these columns are not required. So what I do in this case is I will go to transform data option. After I go to transform data option, it would open Power Query Editor for me. Now this Power Query Editor would be helping you to clean your data. For that, what I can do is I can select these three columns, column 1, column 2, and column 3. I know that I don't need any other columns except for these columns. So what I can do is I can go in this option of remove columns. I can click over here and it would give me the option of remove columns and remove other columns. Remove columns would remove these three columns, while remove other columns would remove the other columns except these three columns. So I'll choose remove other columns and it would delete all the rest of the columns for me except these three. Now I know this is not the header of my particular table, column 1, column 2, and column 3. The header of my file is returned, order ID, and market. So what do I need to do in order to promote these particular row in the form of a header? So for that, I will click on this table icon and I will select this option of use first row as header. After I have selected this, I need to make sure that particular data type which is showing is correct or not. So right now we haven't learned about the data type. We will be learning about those in the upcoming sessions. But for now, I think that it is giving me the ABC which is in the form of text data. So for now, it is correct. After you have made changes to your table, you can go over here and close and apply option. You can click over here and you can choose close and apply option. This Power Query editor would close and the changes that you have made in your table would be reflecting over here in this data option. So over here, now I have this returns table. I can click over here and now it is showing me only three columns: market, order ID, and return. In this way, I can load a CSV file into my Power BI. The next option is of loading PDF file into Power BI. For that, again, I will go and get data option. Over here, I can go in this more option. When you go in that more option, it would open all the connectors for you through which you can load your data. The first one is all option, which is showing me the list of all the options that are present in Power BI from which you can load the data. The next is the file based options, database options, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, online services, and other data sources. I need to go in this file option and over here, I can choose this PDF option and I can click on connect. So when you clicked on the connect option, it redirected you to the folder where you have your data set. So right now I wanted to load this furniture data set, which is in the PDF format. So I will click on it and I will click on open. After that, it will try to analyze what are the tables present in that particular PDF file. So I know that there were multiple sheets present in that file. So let's give it a moment until it is trying to load that PDF file. After it has loaded a PDF file, it would try to recognize all the tables and all the pages which were present in our PDF file. So it is telling me that it has found one table which was on page 1. If I click on it, it would show me the preview of that particular table. If not, I can select this page 1 option also. Now I know on the page 1, I had these 5 columns, but also there was one excess column in which there was no data. And the same thing was happening in other pages, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5, where the tables were empty, but there were just columns showing. So now I know that it is intelligent enough that it has detected one table. So I don't need to clean that too much. So I can click over here on the table 1 and I can again go on load option directly because it is showing me the preview and this preview looks correct to me right now. So I can directly go in this load option. After you click on that load option, it will try to load that PDF file. It is trying to evaluate and it is trying to calculate what is the data that is present in that PDF file. Now our PDF file is ready to use. If you want to rename it, you can also rename it because my PDF file was named furniture. So I can go in this more option and over here I can choose this rename option and instead of table 1, I can rename it and name it furniture. Let me expand it. Now after I expanded it, I can see there are 5 columns now. So it is showing me the correct data. Now our table is ready to use and I can make my visualizations with the help of this table. So this was the way in which you can load an Excel file, a PDF file, and a CSV file in Power BI. In the next session, we'll be talking about the other data sources of Power BI. Thank you.